Okay, so snowstorm happening outside. So Gage and I are inside today, and we had a pretty good session back in the woods. And some stuff that came through there, guys talking about demons, portals being closed, all kinds of weird things, but it all made sense. I do have the rest of the Luke Joly Durocher questions that I asked. I kind of debated whether or not, you know what, I asked the questions, I did the sessions. It's time. I'm going to sit down and I've got time today and I'm going to do the rest of those questions. And then I think I've decided that's it. Okay, unless there's something that is mind-blowing in their responses that says, you know, he's here, go find his body here in this exact spot, that's it, we're done. Because I have never had this emotional connection to a case or something that I've worked on spirit-wise like I did the other day. It was overwhelming. And I was talking to Aunt Angie, she was here cleaning earlier, and we were basically just saying, you know what? She has the gift too. We talk about it. We basically are kind of psychic, but we just never been trained, don't use it. It's not something anybody ever talks about. But all of us have that ability in my family. Whatever I hear, I will put up on the screen. I'll try to follow it up with some research to say, does this make sense? And there is quite a bit of stuff on here that I've seen online. I've gathered some resources, some newspaper articles. There was a W5 missing persons 25-minute report that was done on this. The police have released 2 or 3 updates over the years. Could be something information-wise in there that we can find. I haven't watched or looked at any of this stuff yet, because as I say, I'm trying to remain unbiased. And is it worth my time trying to deal with an app that was made for entertainment purposes, but that I believe is actually giving me information on different cases? And is this person deceased now and on the other side? I'm going to interject here because it's important. The other day, I had found a bunch of resources before I filmed this session. I didn't watch any of these resources. The W5, the police release updates and things like that, the newspaper articles. I didn't read any of it because I didn't want to bias my investigation. So after we did the first session and I stopped recording, I thought, well, I'm not going to go back and touch that, but I am interested to see what they have to say. And I watched the W5 25-minute special on this. And guys, everything that I was seeing and feeling is talked about in that special. There is somebody who knows what's going on. And again, now that I'm analyzing these answers here, which I've never looked at, it keeps talking about her ex. She knows, she prayed. I'm going to show you a clip, just a little piece of that W5 report. I'm telling you guys, this is real.
How are you? They find someone who they've been hoping to talk to for months. We've changed this person's voice for their safety.
It happened in his residence in Sherbrooke.
This is that person's version of events. After Luke left the bar that night in 2011, he got into a violent confrontation near the house where he was staying.
When you say it happened, you mean that Luke was beat up or Luke was killed? Luke was killed, yeah.
Did they say why?
Rob and Ellen have heard much of this before, that Luke may have been killed near their Sherbrooke residence.
How significant would you say this particular interview was?
Very significant. We really believe that this is the correct information. And if she's talking, she didn't talk 10 years ago, she didn't talk 7 years ago, but she's talking tonight.
That
Okay, next day editing, Gary. So, full shivers down the back of my neck. Okay, I never know what to feel and how careful we need to be with this case because it's an ongoing case, guys. And I don't want to misrepresent things. So, like I said, I haven't investigated anything before I did my sessions. I want to investigate after and then see if anything that comes up here can be verified. And, guys, I'm feeling connected even right now, sitting here rewatching yesterday's work. When I asked, can the spirits help me from the other side? It's like they jump in right away and they start talking about what happened to Luke. They didn't answer my question. It's, again, like one of those playbacks in history, and it says, get him up. They're laughing. Oh, full shiver. Does he have it on him? Dead. Watch this part. Leave. So to me, that sounds like there was more than one killer. They were roughing him up on the street. I'm just telling you what I'm envisioning as I see this. They roughed him up on the street somewhere. They were looking for something that they thought he had on them. Maybe he owed them money or something, or owed them something. What else would a young kid have on him dressed to go out in the bar? He doesn't have much. It must have been money or drugs. This says dead, so did they kill him? And then it sounds like watch this part and leave. So were there people there that didn't partake in it but saw it and then left? That feels to me like what happened. And I feel crazy for saying that because I have no proof, but it feels like we're connected. I don't know where the rest of these questions are going, but I feel connected to this. Okay, look, I'm going to say it. I wasn't going to say it because I sound like a nut bar. And I'm no psychic, guys. As you know, if you watch my channel, I do have some kind of connection. Since I was a kid, I can feel things, I can sense things. Sometimes I know things before they happen. I'm going to tell you because full shiver. As that was going across the screen, the words were coming, I was envisioning in my mind's eye, and I just want to tell you what I saw, why I said that. I could see these kids, like a group of kids, including a girl, so not just guys, standing like under a street light with a red brick building. That's the sense I get. And I'm not a freaking psychic, so I don't know why I'm telling you guys this, but I feel it's important that I have to follow my gut and tell you what I see. There was red brick building under a street light, group of kids, and he got jumped. That's what I envisioned in my mind's eye when I heard that. Luke, if you are able to, can you give us a message? Whatever message is most important to you, give it to us now. When it stops talking, I stop it. So that wasn't a very long message, and I don't even know that I understood it, but we'll analyze it. Tell me about the night Luke went missing. Okay, I'm getting mad listening to this, guys. It's, again, one of these emotional connections that I haven't had. I am getting mad because I can see what happened here, and full body shivers occurring right now. I'm going to just go back. I analyzed the next little section here, and we know who did it. We know who did this, okay? I don't know any of these people. I don't know any of the names, but I can tell you who did it. So the next question was asked. The reply was, help us. And I believe this is Luke saying, help me and the family. And then it says default, hit, they fix it, guilty, know it. I don't know what any of that means. It means that they're guilty, they know, they work to cover this up, I think, in some capacity is what that section means. That's not the part that's making me angry. Here's the part that's falling into place, okay? I said, tell us about that night that Luke was killed. And it goes down a road of something I wasn't expecting, but it makes perfect sense. The first word it says is kiss. Then I believe And I don't know any of these people's names. I believe it says Mike. After it says Mike, it sounds like somebody getting hit. Thump, thump. Then it says in the background, very muffled, you can hear it says, "You kissed her, be honest." Now earlier it said her ex. So anybody can piece this together that's been a teenager, been out partying or hanging out. You know, this guy came from Temiskaming, a French township 60 kilometers from here. He was spending the night at friend's house. This girl, I believe, is the one who owned the apartment. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I think so. There was a girl. Whether it's this girl or not, I think it was this girl. I'm just going to tell you what I know. It was this girl. You kissed her, be honest. Then it says vape. Then it says some things I couldn't make out. Oddly enough, right after that, we hear a woman's or girl's voice saying, "You must not stay." And then we hear a man's voice saying, "Good to see you." Right? Now the next part here, I haven't analyzed what I'm hearing, but the first word is French. I couldn't make it out. There's a French accent, the first word. And I'm going to just put it on the screen because I don't know what they're saying, but it's a French accent. This makes sense. This kid came from Temiskaming. Somebody he was talking to, somebody was there. I believe what I'm feeling, guys, is that the person who did this to him is the one who said that with the French accent. I have to be honest, I have to follow my gut, and I just can't deny anymore that I know more than I should, and I don't know why. It's just feelings. I can't verify any of this. Was there a mic? I don't know. So don't take my word for it, but this is what I'm feeling. And the part that we were able to prove earlier made sense with the red brick building and all that. That was all spot on. So I'm just going to keep spouting what I'm seeing and feeling because I think I'm right. "100% in my being right now, guys. I feel we know what happened to this kid. They just told us. And I believe it is 100% correct. I feel that on a psychic level, if I acknowledge it, I know why Luke Joly died. And it's not about the $20 that is rumored, mentioned in that W5 thing. It's about the girl. He was fooling around with this girl, came from Temiskaming to see her, probably stay at her place. And the ex was there. The ex is the guilty party. Now, the $20 may have been a good reason to jump him and rough him up on the street, but there was a jealous rage involved here, and this is why this kid was killed. And I don't say that lightly. I don't say that... I don't know anything about this case, but I know that that's what happened to this kid. I'm telling you guys that. The sense of relief and satisfaction that I know what happened to this kid is like nothing I've ever felt. It's like he's happy that he got the story out, that he told what happened to him. And this girl is super tied into this. I felt that from the beginning. So let me be clear. I have no proof of any of this, and I don't know any of these other kids' names or anything, but we know what the box said. It said Mike. And we know it's talking about the ex, and we're talking about him kissing the girl. And I would like to see the dad come forward and say, Luke did call me that night to get a ride, and for whatever reason he either didn't answer the phone or apparently he didn't wake up, I guess, is what the box is telling us. It says, wake up, not now. So, did that actually happen? I would love for there to be some proof brought forward to show that Luke did call home to get a ride because his plans changed. The night was going terrible. Right? Nothing was going to plan. And the friends, I couldn't figure out why the friends would leave somebody when they got into a bar. And never in my life, any of my friends or anyone I know, would you go out drinking with somebody and three of you get in a bar and the last person gets turned away and you carry on drinking. Even if you get into the bar, it's only going to take you a minute or two to realize, hey, the last guy didn't make it in. Then you would all file back out and go to another bar together. This is what kids do, right? You don't leave somebody behind in the middle of winter without knowing, at least talking to him and saying, hey, Luke, where are you going to go? Are you going to go back to the apartment? Are you going to go home? And I think they knew that there was trouble, that he couldn't go back to the apartment. And this is why they just kind of let him go off on his own, because they didn't want to deal with it. I feel it in my soul. That's what happened to this kid. He wasn't killed over $20. He was killed over the girl. The next question I'm going to ask sounds like I'm asking about something they mentioned in the W5 documentary. It's not. In the documentary, they said that Luke was possibly stashed under the apartment on a slab in a crawl space. Okay? The rumor that I heard, and this went around town years ago, okay, was that they had stashed Luke in a freezer. And I just listened to what the spirits answered, and it actually says, deep freeze. Luke, after you went missing, was your body stashed somewhere that everybody seems to hear this rumor? Can you confirm what it was, and is it true? I thought that said something about freeze. Did any of your friends have anything to do with your disappearance? If I want to investigate this case further, Spirit Team, this question is for you. Can you guide me? Will you help me? Can we solve this? Can we find his remains? That's all we want at this point, is for his parents to get some closure, I think. And that would be, bring Luke's remains home and give him a proper burial. Can you guys help me with that? Where is Luke Joly's remains? I heard slime and I heard mud. Finally, the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to send out some light to Luke, his family, to my spirit team, and just let you guys tell me whatever you need to tell me. Is this worth me chasing this? I want to be of assistance, but if nothing is going to come of this, if you can't give me direct answers, if you can't help me solve this, then I don't want to do this anymore. Alright guys, there we have it. I have to analyze this because, again, when we do it live, I don't get a lot out of these responses. They're so fast, they're so echoey, let's see what I can find.